Thank you for watching Bria's channel, and please subscribe. Hi guys, so I just want to come in and do a video which gives my subscribers a little bit more information about myself and things that have happened to me in my lifetime. Also, things that happen a lot in relationships, that's a lot more prevalent than what is actually spoken of. And what I'm referring to is domestic violence. Yes, you guys did hear me right. I am referring to domestic violence. So I was at one point in time in a domestic violent relationship. The violence was mental, physical, as well as emotional. And it definitely was a very hard time in my life, but I will say that it did give me a lot of life lessons, and it allowed me to mature at a lot faster pace than I probably would have if certain things did not happen to me. So I'll just go ahead and let you guys know about it. So as you all know, I do have a beautiful daughter named Michelle. I was in a relationship with her father for a couple of years, and at the beginning of our relationship, things were fine, you know, just like the normal relationships. We may have a few arguments, but it was straight. And as time went on, I say about a year, things started to get a little worse. Not so bad, but I started seeing red flags. So the red flags that I was starting to see was me being called out of my name, bees, hoes, etc. You name it, I was being called that. And at first, I looked at it as, oh, this person is just mad at me, whatever, he's just saying whatever. But after months and years of hearing things of that nature, I did honestly start to question, like, is this what I am? Like, is this really me? Like, I just really don't know right now. And not so much of it being mental. As I said, it was also physical. So along with the altercations that we were having, about a year and a half, 2 years down the line, things started to get physical. Started with maybe like a push may have turned into mush. For those who don't know what a mush is, like that, being held up against the wall, wrestling, tussling. And as time went on, it just got worse and worse. It turned into actual punches, kicks, even choking. So it was full on domestic violence. And for the longest, I honestly didn't know how to get out of it. I had become so, let me see a word I can say. I would say insecure. So insecure within myself. Like, I was always seen as the pretty girl and the girl who had it all. Because I always had nails done, hair done, face full of makeup, smiling, just happy. But on the inside, I was definitely very insecure, very lost, very unsure of really anything. I just put on another face when I got out in the public. Being involved in something like that with someone who says that they love you is really, really hard, and it plays on your mind because it's more so, I would describe it as manipulative behavior. A person is telling you one thing, but then their actions are doing something completely different. And then after it's done, it'll be, oh, an apology. Let me buy you this. Let me try to make it all better. I'm not going to do it again. And then not too long after, it happens again. So with it being, like I said, the mind games, I was under the impression that it could possibly get better. Like, okay, well, if I maybe do what he says, and if I act in a certain way like he wants me to act, just make sure I have the house clean and just dinner cooked on time, clothes washed, everything done, maybe this won't happen. Still happen. Or maybe if I don't hang out or go anywhere, so that you can, not say that I'm doing anything or have any reason to get mad, maybe it'll stop then. It still happen. But see, now by this point, I was already pregnant with my daughter Michelle. So along with pregnancy, if y'all don't know, like, you have hormones, so you're more so clingy to the person that you're with if you do have the option of being with your significant other. So I was definitely more clingy. And then when the baby came, not knowing, like, if I can do this alone, him telling me, you can't do this alone, you need me, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just trying to make it work and just listening to other people. Now, of course, they're not knowing, like, this is what was happening to me, but them just saying, like, well, you need to try to work it out with your baby's father. It can't be that bad. Just try to work on your family. Just working on it, and things just not changing. Like, I had just got to the point where I was like, I don't know if this is just the way that my life is just gonna be. Like, I have to just sit here and endure this, and then go out in the public and act like everything is just fine, but behind closed doors, it's just turmoil. But I got to the point where I was like, I can't live like this anymore. I can't continue to allow a person to devalue me and treat me this way. Yeah, you're telling me that you love me, but as I said earlier, the actions are showing something completely different. So when I was speaking of the life lessons, that was one of the big life lessons that I learned. Like, you have to look at a person's actions and not just what they say. Because people can say anything. I can tell anyone that I love them, but that doesn't mean that I love them. It's what I'm doing that will show you if you actually love a person or if they don't love you. So I had to learn that. Of course, it was the hard way, but eventually I learned, like, well, this person does not love me. And even after I came to the realization that it wasn't really love, I still was trying to stay in it for the sake of my daughter, because I didn't want her to grow up without a father. I was still kind of stuck on the mind game thing, thinking that, okay, well, I don't know, if we break up, like, I may never find anybody, and then I'm just a single parent. My daughter's just not gonna have a dad and all this other stuff. That's totally not true. there are plenty of people out in the world who don't mind being with a single parent as long as, you know, things are going in a good manner, basically. So just kind of unlearning the things that I had been told and just looking at it for, and when I say looking at it, I mean looking at the relationship for what it was and not so much of what I wanted it to be or what it could have potentially been, and just seeing it like this is really what this relationship is. I don't need to be in this for my daughter. Like, she does not need to grow up looking at me getting beat up and thinking that's okay. Luckily, you know, she never had to be involved with any of our altercations, but I knew, you know, as time went on and she gets older and she's learning, she's not a baby, of course she's gonna know what's going on, and I didn't want her to ever think that that was okay. So just getting out of it for the sake of me as well as my daughter, that really helped me to see the light and get out before it was too late. Because sometimes people can die from being in a domestic violent relationship. As I started researching and looking these things up and looking for help and just different avenues that I can take in order to get out, I saw that there was like a big statistic on women being killed in these domestic violent relationships even after they leave. So it really kind of had me nervous, like, oh my gosh, should I really do this? Like, I don't know, like I just want to make sure that I'm safe. But I really had to do some soul searching and think about it, and I came to the conclusion, regardless of what happened at that time, I was gonna get out of this because I couldn't keep living my life in that way. And once I was able to finally get out of the relationship, I realized that a lot of the things that I was nervous and worried about were really just all in my mind. Like, it's honestly not hard to be a single parent, and now I have all of my time to focus on me and my daughter and our relationship. Like, our relationship was definitely close before, but it's a lot more closer now. And aside from the love that she gets from me, she gets it from all of my family, my friends, and I'm just in a way better space. I feel as if I'm just a lot happier since leaving that situation, and I'm just in a way better space to take care of my daughter. Like, I know that she's safe and I'm safe, and that's really all that matters. So I said all that just to, you know, try to be an inspiration to anyone who may have went through a situation of that nature, or who may still be going through a situation like that now. You can actually get out of this. You can get out of it. There are a lot of different avenues that you can take in order to get help, and you can do it on your own. It's fine. So I just really appreciate everyone for even taking the time out to even watch the videos. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Hang with a gypsy, hang with a gypsy, hang with a gypsy girl. Hang with a gypsy, hang with a gypsy, hang with a gypsy girl.